good evening and welcome to another edition of Vang the Campaign with me, Gladys Asugwana. Day 3 of the presidential campaign is here, and from alliances to social media debates, the race to Cameroon's highest office is buzzing with energy. So stay with us as we take you through the highlights of today and the curiosities in the next 13 minutes. Earlier, alliances are already shaping the election. The race at Cameroon has once again thrown his weight behind UNDP frontrunner. That is Bello Buba Maigari of the UNDP, just like in 2018. Meanwhile, other contenders are on the move across the country, each working to convince the electorate. Mireki Maka has today's gist.
Her campaign deeper into the central region with visits to 8 markets in Yaoundé. She presented her ballot papers and shared her vision for Cameroon ahead of a concluding rally in one of the Mfundi subdivisions. In a more formal setting, Barrister Akere Muna recorded his official propaganda at CRTV, restating his alliance with UNDP candidate Bello Buba Maigari. The UNDP leader, meanwhile, rallied supporters in the South region. After his rally in the economic capital, Jacques Bouga Agbe of the Cameroon National Citizen Movement returned to Yaoundé to personally collect the first installment of the funds given by government to pursue his campaign successfully. In the littoral region, SDF's Joshua Osi addressed voters in Banga, urging turnout on October 12 and insisting the ballot is the key to change. He pledged free primary education and stronger health care if elected. Also in Douala, PCRN candidate Cabral Libi toured media houses before reviewing the turnout at his campaign launch in Edea and Douala, which described as a proof of Cameroonians' thirst for change. On his way to Chang in the Manuel division, Purist candidate Serge Espoir Matomba stopped in Sangchu and Lum, where he not only urged citizens to vote but also safeguard and monitor their ballots. Issa Chiroma Bakari has landed in the far north region, preparing for his rally in Yagua tomorrow, September 30, where he plans to focus on peace and security and healthcare, among other topics. Still in the northern part of the country, Samuel Iram Iudi settled in Bay, Adamawa region, where, like in Marwa and Garwa, he promoted his solar power development vision for the area. Meanwhile, following instructions from CPDM regional leaders, divisional party heads have returned to their bases to intensify grassroots mobilization for incumbent President Paul Biya. Today, supporters pledged to vote in his favor in Mezamtu in Bamenda and in Yaoundé too, among other localities.
Beyond these rallies and speeches, the campaign is also alive online, while incumbent President Paul Biya's mandate of greatness is trending on X. Challengers like Issa Chiroma Bakari, Serge Espoir Matomba, and Akere Muna are firing up Facebook and TikTok. Brunhilda Ianasari, scroll through your online pages.
Pierre Kwemu has officially kicked off his campaign. His call to voters is to rally behind the blue ballot with the ear of corn, a slogan that continues to draw mixed reactions from netizens following his posts. Serge Espoir Matomba, on his part, is campaigning in Chang, where he is using Facebook to outline plans for a fairer, more united society. His message is directed at students and residents of the university town. The race's only female candidate, Patricia Tomaino Damjoya, has gone public with a statement to Alice Sadio. She argues that shaping Cameroon's destiny cannot be the task of one leader alone, but rather a shared duty, remarks that have triggered waves of online debate. Meanwhile, political chatter has been fueled by the alliance between Akere Muna and Bello Buba Maigari. The partnership, immediately led by Abel Elimbi Lobe, founder of the Kwatao platform, to withdraw his backing for Muna. Issa Chiroma Bakari is also in the spotlight. On X, he announced fresh support from Emmanuel Smith, third vice president of the MRC. His campaign is also finding rhythm on TikTok, where supporters have started composing songs in his name. Other contenders are building support via different activities ahead of October's vote. At the same time, President Paul Biya is pushing ahead with his message of a mandate of greatness and hope, which continues to dominate reactions online. And at CRTV, candidates and party leaders are being hosted in the multimedia studios as part of the ongoing campaign coverage.
Let's not talk money matters, an important aspect of this election. Now, today, 7 parties collected their first share of the state campaign funds at the Ministry of Territorial Administration in Yaoundé. For this first installment, the CPDM, SDF, PCRN, PAL, MCNC, UNDP, and Univer have all confirmed reception. Now, as the candidates and political parties plan their next move, what does the law or electoral code say about the spending of this campaign fund? And who gets what in the end? We spoke to economist Luke Rostan Bange Ewane, who explains to the mics of Khaled Isso.
The Article 286 of the Electoral Code says that the state should give the money for the campaign for all the political parties, the same amount of financing the political party. So this is before the proclamation of the results. After the proclamation of the result, the state should give to political party who have done at least 5% of the result of the elections. So if you did not have 5%, you will not receive campaign fees from the state. Now, there is also private financing for the members of the political parties that will bring money for the communication, for the digital communication, to make the different gadgets for the presidential campaign.
And it has been observed that during this campaign season, culture is beating the drum of the vote. Now, across the country, rallies are turning into festivals full of music, color, and dance. Beyond political speeches, cultural displays are taking center stage, giving the campaign trail a vibrant rhythm of its own. Laminu Mubarak captured the sounds and images of the trail.
Les différents partis en lice comprennent l'importance d'ancrer leur message dans les réalités et les symboles traditionnels. Chaque rassemblement est précédé ou ponctué par des troupes de danse folklorique et d'artistes musiciens. Les rythmes bikoutsi, makossa ou encore les mélodies du Grand Nord et de l'Ouest donnent le ton. Spectacles et démonstrations sont au rendez-vous. Depuis le début de la campagne présidentielle, la mobilisation culturelle omniprésente apporte une touche festive. Candidats et cadres des partis misent sur cette ferveur pour rallier les foules.
Like you've seen in Lamino's report, every rally draws crowds, but why do people show up? Is it conviction, community, or simply the show? Season 5 went downtown Yaoundé listening to the voices behind the numbers.
Le peuple veut.
Political rallies depend on every individual, but I believe many go there for the messages they hear. It is not for the personalities or gadgets. I can attend as many rallies as possible to choose the right person to vote.
Ce que vous avez dans votre cœur.
The candidates should really be what matters. That calls on the gathering. It should not be about the things that they are sharing or the things that are given in a meeting. It should be about the candidate, or the mission behind the candidate that is carrying.
Attending political rallies should be motivated by the future vision you have for your country. I personally believe that love and living together should motivate our attendance of rallies to guarantee peace.
How patriotic can you be in 60 seconds? Well, when faith meets patriotism, the message is even stronger. From civic duty to calls for unity, religious leaders are using their platforms to promote peace and cohesion. Season 5 once again has today's 60 seconds of patriotism.
We have an inclusive approach where communities are identified in their different groupings. Like we have the Hallelujah Choir, we have the Bethel Choir that sings in Douala, we have Bapreska that sing, Temple Choir that sings in the Kenyang, and many other choirs that sing in their different language of origin. And so that is an aspect of our living together. As a people of this nation, we didn't choose to be born Cameroonians. These were divine things that none of us were in the committee that could decide where we were to be, the nation we were to be born into. And so we accept that we are Cameroonians. We are supposed to love our nation. We are supposed to be proud of our nation. We are supposed to stand for our nation. And so we cannot change it. We can only accept it and pray that those who are in authority can struggle to make it to be better.
And you see in the Islam religion, this patriotism has a great value. So it's very important for us to consolidate this value of peace. It's also important to me, the promoter of the peace, at this particular moment that we are facing in our country, the electoral moment, is better for us to have a good speech. It's better for us to have the sentiment of living together, avoiding any speech that can make a discord, that can separate people, to express our love with everybody around us and to contribute for that peace in such a way that this election moment can pass without any problem.
Cameroon is one and indivisible, taking us to our figure of the day, one, a symbol of uniqueness and leadership. Out of 12 candidates, Patricia Tomaino Damjoya is the lone female contender, while Samuel Hiram EOD is testing the waters for the very first time. Paul Onelanjana now explains the significance of the figure 1 to this year's presidential race.
The figure 1 holds significant meanings across different contexts. Biblically, 1 stands for first and foremost, which means priority, importance, or uniqueness, as seen in Jesus' emphasis on the one thing that matters in Luke 10, verse 42. In many African cultures, 1 signifies unity, harmony, and interconnection among community members. The figure equally represents a single and strong leader or a unified community under one authority. And talking about leadership, Cameroonians will in the days ahead vote their new president, someone who embodies the number's significance. Among the presidential hopefuls is Patricia Tomaino Damjoya, who is the lone female contender in the presidential race. As the number 1, she is a singular female figure in the country's political landscape who has made significant strides in the domain, and as a strong advocate for women's rights and good governance, she has promoted women's empowerment, championed electoral reforms, and supported diaspora engagement. Her experience and vision for Cameroon, added to her background in law and organizational training, have garnered attention as she brings a unique perspective to the political arena. Figure 1 equally stands for novice. The case of 38-year-old Samuel Hiram EOD, whose appearance on the political stage left tongues wagging. Determined and focused, the freshman of the FDC party advocates for Afro-social liberalism. As Cameroonians get set to head to the polls, these political figures are a perfect illustration of a front-runner and a pioneer, symbolic of the figure one.
And here is where the campaign trail heads tomorrow. Pers candidates such as Paul Matumba will tour Yingi, Yabasi, and Bamenda, while the SDF will storm the West region with stops in Batie, Bamenju, Penka Michel, Chang, Bacham, Buda, and Bafusam. Meanwhile, CPDM regional campaign teams continue to galvanize supporters across the country. That's it for Van de Campagne today. Tomorrow, you'll be in the company of Rose Olinga for more of the campaign Curiosities in the French language. I have been Gladys Asu, thanking you for watching.